This documentary about overcoming life's darkest moments isn't on Netflix, and that's exactly why you need to watch it. Look, I've been through my share of tough times, and I'm tired of watching feel-good fluff that barely scratches the surface. My Silver Lining documentary on lrodvinetwork.com is different. It's raw, real, and completely transformative. This isn't some glossy production designed to make you feel better for 30 minutes. It digs deep into what it actually takes to turn your pain into purpose. The storytelling is so powerful that mainstream platforms wouldn't touch it. But that's their loss and your gain. You get exclusive access to stories that will genuinely shift your perspective on adversity. I watched it 3 times because each viewing revealed something new about resilience. The convenience of streaming it on lrodvinetwork.com means you can pause, rewind, and really absorb these life-changing insights. Don't settle for surface-level inspiration when you can access something that actually moves the needle. Head to lrodvinetwork.com right now and discover the documentary everyone's missing.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to this week's episode of Thirsty Topics. I'm Lawrence Elrod.
And I'm Meryl Climo.
Hey, Meryl. How are you?
Hi, I'm so good. How are you doing?
I am doing fantastic. How was your weekend?
It was so nice. I spent a mix of East Coast and West Coast, and so I have some fall vibes. I'm very happy. I got to see some orange leaves, which is nice out here.
Nice. Yeah, my weekend was pretty nice, too. Participated in an event, working on some new projects. So I am very stoked at what's coming up.
Yay, you're a busy man.
Trying to be. Well, we have a lot to talk about. So
yeah,
I'm going to let you start this week.
Okay, I'm starting with something pretty dystopian, but I can't believe it within its present day, but I actually can believe it. So I don't know if you've heard of the AI actress Tilly Norwood yet. Yeah, I know she's made, or her AI hologram version has made quite a stir in the past month or two. But basically, she's the first digital actress from a UK-based company called Particle Productions, and she's all AI. Her creator, who's a physicist turned producer, Aline van der Velden, which sounds like already like a movie, evil villain name or whatever, says Tilly was built to be the kind of star that people dream about. They want Tilly to be the next Scarlett Johansson or Natalie Portman, and they're just saying like, hey, we don't need real humans anymore. We can just use Tilly Norwood. And supposedly some of the talent agents were even looking at booking her and like having her on the roster, which I don't even understand how that would work. And there's clips of her. She's a pretty young woman, an AI young woman, but just looks like brunette and just the typical kind of actress person. Clearly, this is met with a lot of critical nature and also disdain from the acting community. And I just think this is so weird. What do you think?
I think it's incredibly weird and scary at the same time. And the reason I say that is, okay, I can see using an AI actor or actress for a commercial, for, some type of advertisement, whatever. I could see that. I really can. But to make a full-blown production out of an AI character.
Yeah.
So what are you saying? Actors and actresses can just easily be replaced by
I know.
intelligence? I think it's a little crazy. And then plus you take the creativity out of it too, because, you still have to tell that character what to do, what to say. And one of the things that an actor and an actress bring to the table is they become that part. And some of the memorable things that I know I love in things that I watch is things that aren't necessarily written on the script.
Yeah, exactly. And I think too, this is like a slippery slope before, if we start accepting this, then it's going to be AI musicians going on tour and AI they already do have like AI podcasters and stuff, but I don't know, maybe there will be a world too where it's like you have the option to go see like a human based movie and then an option to go see an AI actor movie. But I just feel like, our world is already missing a lot of soul and like we're all disconnected. This is like an example of what we don't need more of.
I agree. And like I said, it's a very slippery slope because even if you try and make a full-fledged picture out of it, you're going to have to, if you're trying to mix that with real actors, you're still going to have to hire someone to do exactly what the AI uh, character does, just so the characters around them can still, be in sync with that particular part and it's
Yeah.
so it's
Yeah.
like initially it sounds like a great idea, but I think that as you look at different projects, I don't know how feasible that is because you can easily run those production costs through the roof, and it's like instead of doing all that, why don't we just hire an actor?
That's what they were saying. Like no trailers, no meltdowns, no makeup. And then this was the last thing with this I thought was really interesting is that SAG, the Screen Actors Guild, put out a statement saying Tilly Norwood is not an actor. It's a character generated by a computer program trained on the work of countless professional performers without permission or compensation. So I think more of the acting, as if the acting community and writing doesn't have enough to deal with in the past year with all the strikes and the Writers Guild stuff. Um, People are just saying like no, thank you to this.
Well, I think part of it is too is, I mean, I don't know what the wording is, but I know part of the strike was dealing with AI. It was
Yeah,
a
yeah, that they
huge
could just
sticking
scan
point.
someone. Exactly. That basically an actor would say yes to having their likeness scan, and then your AI character would be in like any movie, or they would generate for years to come, and people were not okay with that.
Oh
That
no,
was
but
just one of the many things.
I mean, think about it like this, Merle. You sign up to do a movie and you sign off on that little statement, and next thing you know, your AI character is doing 10 other movies, and you're not getting one dime out of that.
I know. It's the money part. I have to admit though, some nights when I don't want to leave my house, if I did have like an AI Meryl doing stand up, I I'm like, maybe you could just scan me and like put me in Atlantic City or something. I don't actually have to go. But but yeah, this is weird, and I think even more than like the business part, with the part that gets me the most is just the heart and soul of like what we were missing out on, because like I just want my experience on this planet to be nice and like full of life and friendly faces. So this seems like the opposite of it.
I agree. I agree. Well, Meryl, talk about AI on that same subject. There's videos going around that are viral of people creating AI videos of Robin Williams, and his daughter wants those videos to stop.
Yeah.
I don't know. What do you think about that, Meryl?
I think completely. Like I think it's crazy. I mean, now it's out of control with TikTok. Like I know there's been like the Jake Paul on that Sora app that is like going around, and I've seen a bunch of the Robin Williams ones, and it's
Mhm.
it's weird. It's like morose and sad, and I think a lot of people might not even know it's AI. Like it's obviously the more the media literate ones like us, like that are on it, or the one people that are online a lot could tell, but people that may just log on may think. Obviously, we know Robin Williams isn't with us, but they may think it's like an old clip, or that it was actually from him. So yeah, I think that's so creepy and weird. And if it was one of my loved ones, I would agree.
Yeah, I agree. And the thing is, some people have to understand, okay, that Robin Williams still has a family.
Yeah,
And, the grieving period may be still going on for his daughter and other members of the family. So to see a loved one that has passed away some time ago come back to life in an AI version, that could hit emotions in a very negative way.
yeah, absolutely. And I just think that's weird. And it's not what the person said. Like, it's not slander, but it is a form of just making up. Like, I feel like it has to be some type of breaking the law of like false accusation, or I don't know. I don't know what the term would be, but it seems like it should be illegal.
Yeah. And the one thing you have to be careful about with this AI stuff, there are some AI software out there where it's really difficult to know it's fake.
Yeah, yeah. But I don't know if you've seen the Jake Paul ones on TikTok, but those ones that because he's dressed like Tinkerbell, and it was like him coming out as gay, and like it was just ridiculous. I mean, it's and I guess he's part of it. Like he's in on the joke. I guess he owns like some sliver of a company or something. But um, yeah, the Robin Williams one seems sad, and especially the way that he died, it just seems like extra not nice to be making false videos of him.
No, I agree. And again, regardless of the reason, it's sad when someone takes their life and think that that's the only option that they have. So, there's also, and I don't think it's warranted or justified, but there's some people close to them that may even have guilt, thinking, "Why didn't I see this? How come?"
Yeah.
No, you know what I mean? So it's kind of like pouring salt on the wound.
Yeah, definitely. I wonder. I feel like it's just a matter of time, but before we get AI videos of everyone, like of Ozzy Osbourne, of like,
Yeah.
Diane Keaton just passed away. I'm sure there'll be videos of
Hmm.
her. It's just, I think it's going to be the next like bored type of like, for people that are bored or like, how we made memes too of people. I feel like maybe AI videos are just going to be like the next memes.
Yeah. No, I agree with you. I agree. Um, I don't know. What do you think about that? Do you think that people should really stop doing that? Because it's kind of like really out of control now. You got
Oh yeah,
I've even seen videos of Whitney Houston and her daughter, um,
really?
videos of it, and it's like, wow. You know, I don't know. I mean,
Yeah.
do you think people should stop doing that? Or you think it's okay?
No, I definitely think it's weird, and I think sometimes people think like the celebrities, like the big ones, like Robin Williams and Michael Jackson, they think of them as like not people and just kind of
Yep.
characters, but we always have to remember that these are people with children or
Mhm.
spouses or just friends, and so no, I don't think it's okay.
Yeah. Well, let's just hope it at least slows down, and again, I hope that they kind of think about the family before they do that.
Yeah. Yep. And it's so weird, like Robin Williams and George Carlin and all these comedians. I'm happy for them that they didn't have to live through this time because
Yes.
this is
Yep.
weird, and it's fine to miss out on like this weird version of humanity.
Hmm. I agree.
Well, if I had an AI video version of me, um, it would have been screaming the other day because this was about, so like when I fly places, I typically fly in and out of Burbank because it's a very small but mighty airport near me, and it's like very, compared to LAX, it's like such a nicer airport, and it's things are easy, but things weren't easy last week when the Burbank Airport was forced to close its tower for several hours because it had no air traffic controllers. Now, FAA, we know, have been like on a strike. They've been working without pay. A lot of them have been calling out. The air traffic controllers called out for sick leave, but like I don't blame them because it's also, you can't expect people to work forever and work tirelessly like with no pay and no benefits and just an unsafe or whatever, unrespectful workplace. So the airport remained open, but flights were delayed on average more than 2.5 hours. And then controllers from a San Diego facility handled traffic in and out of Burbank during the tower closure. Now, I learned from all my Googling and freaking out and looking on Reddit that like it's not as scary as the headlines make it look. Because of course the headlines make it look like no one is at the airport, and they make it seem like the pilots are just going to be like, whoa, we don't know where we're going, but really a lot of places don't have air traffic controllers and they use remote people all the time. And like I was reading from a lot of pilots on Reddit were saying like, don't let this freak you out in the way that you should be flying. But it still is not a great thought to be thinking when you're about to fly into Burbank, like wondering if there's going to be air traffic or not. Um, and Burbank is known for having like really, really short runways. So I don't know why, but I'm like, they just don't even know. So I was texting my friends, being like, "Can you get there and like guide us in?" I told my friends to show up and like hold their phone light so I could just see it. But um, luckily, I was so lucky where like I didn't get delayed, but I heard of just like people that were flying that whole day. It was just a nightmare situation, whether you had TSA pre-check or whatever. I just heard from like New York to all the way to the West Coast was just a nightmare for a lot of people. Um, and it seems like just like the writers and the actors, it seems like the air traffic controllers are also going through a tough time right now.
Oh yeah, and the real sad part is air traffic controllers was facing these issues for years. It just basically exploded now. There's been a national shortage for a long, long time.
Yeah.
And then on top of that, there's not a lot of people becoming air traffic controllers. So I don't think they've done the greatest job recruiting because you don't wait until you have a shortage to start looking because a lot of people don't realize it takes a long time to become an air traffic controller. You know,
Yeah.
I mean, in relative to other careers, maybe not that long, but I want to say it's anywhere from a few months to a year. So it's not something that you can just say, hey, I want to become an air traffic controller and I start in 4 weeks. It's not that simple.
Right. And to me, that's like one of the most important jobs ever. Like, that is such an important job, I think, of just directly, or you have so many lives in your hands. Like, pilots are depending on you, aviation safety people are depending on you. Like, that's a huge job. I feel like that should be one that's like a highly respected and well paid job. And I know, like, a lot of times people have said the hours alone, like, they're really tired, they work for
Mhm.
really long hours, they've fallen asleep. I don't think I've ever laughed so hard as in 2024, like last year. Remember when Trump was saying that, like, they were hiring air traffic controllers that just had that they were only hiring based on like DEI stuff. But remember, he was
Oh my
reading
God.
out that they were looking for like paralyzed people with no limbs.
It was
like,
just
like I really
ridiculous.
don't think I laughed so hard the whole year.
And then I think I read something, and I don't know what true it is. Maybe somebody was just making a joke out of it, but I read something about what he said or Trump said. They're hiring blind people. It's like, dude,
Yeah,
seriously?
no, he said that. That was part of it.
I mean,
He
it's
he
like,
was
dude,
reading
really?
out the qualifications. Yeah, he's like, we want blind, paralyzed people with no limbs. like, like. So all that to say, yes, they've had for many years. They have had some situations, and I think at a time when more and more people are flying, there's more airplanes like out in the sky than ever. It's just, yeah, you're right. There should be more air traffic controllers and more ability to have these people be onboarded and trained appropriately and like treated like with dignity.
Yeah. And the other thing too, Meryl, is a lot of other things are being highlighted right now where a lot of people forget that air traffic controllers run 24 hours a day. So if you're on a late night or overnight shift and you have kids, you have to hire babysitters.
Yeah,
Kind of hard to do that if you're not getting paid.
yeah.
And then, on top of that, and I hope it's just a bluff, but then to be threatened that, some people may not be paid back pay.
I know. Or
It's
it may
like,
take months. Like, it may take a long time, and most people I know don't have like 3 months to wait for their
mhm.
salary.
And the thing is, you can make this worse by people saying, you know what, screw this. This isn't worth this. I'm going to move on to another career.
I know. I know. Yeah, I think about that a lot too. So we'll see. And then the media doesn't help because instead of like working with everyone, of course, they just want to create hysteria and make it sound as though like we're flying into nothing land and no one's there to help. So it's just, I feel like there's a few different like organizations making it worse for everyone.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. Uh, just have to be patient and, kind of do a little bit of praying when you get on that plane now.
like, I really am looking into like a small prescription of Ativan because I never used to self-medicate or anything, but I'm like, I need something because this is just crazy. I saw the person in front of me was texting because, like, I mean, I flew JetBlue and they were so nice and so professional and they did a great job. But right when we came on, they were like, we don't have air traffic people. There's a pin in the door that we're waiting for, and there's going to be like a really bad storm in Tennessee. And like, I saw the guy ahead of me. He was texting his girlfriend, I forgot my Xanax.
I hear you. Well, talk about interesting here. Don't know if you like or dislike this, but Sean Diddy Combs was sentenced to 50 months in prison for 2 counts of transportation for prostitution. He was also fined $500,000 and will serve 5 years of supervised release after his prison term. The judge stated that the sentence was to send a message against exploitation and abuse, acknowledging Combs' actions were a form of sub- subjugation rather than consensual relationships. What do you think about that?
uh, I mean, 50 months, you said?
50.
50? So wait, I'm doing girl math here. So that's like 4 years, basically.
I think if they count time served, he could sit. So I think he could do as little as 3 years or
Oh, really?
3 years, assuming that he gets out with good behavior. Because I think the way it works is he has to do a minimum of 85% of his sentence.
Oh,
Minimum.
wow. Okay.
So,
I guess I don't know how I feel. I guess like to me, I would like to think that this is a situation where the judge and the sentencing is appropriate to like what they heard and the facts that they know, and that he's not getting less time because of his celebrity or because of any other situation. So like I guess my first thought was I actually don't even know who the judge is, but like I would hope that the judge would have thought this fairly, like thought this through, and this is like an appropriate sentencing. Because I feel like they probably know a lot of things that I don't know, but I don't know. It's weird. Like I don't think he should get, like, maybe I'm like totally wrong here, but I'm not like one of those like throw him away in prison forever and ever and ever. Like I still think that he should obviously go to prison, but I feel like there's other steps that he could take to like hopefully make things more positive and to repay for his like big giant awful mistakes. But I don't know. Maybe I'm way off base, and everyone's like, "Nope, we want him in prison forever." Like this doesn't seem like a death penalty type thing to me, but it does seem like it should be jail time. But I'm open to hearing what you and everyone else thinks.
well, I think that no amount of time was going to be enough for the victims.
Yeah.
But what I feel sorry for the most is the lives that he destroyed along the way, people you never heard of, because there's a lot of people that had their careers not even damaged, but destroyed by him over time.
Yeah, that's
Those, I
true.
think, are victims that, people don't talk about the most.
Yeah.
There's artists out there that probably would have been, a top 10 or top 20 pop star or R&B artist that you'll never most likely hear from because of what they went through, because
Yeah,
they
and
didn't decide
yeah,
to play the game.
exactly. And maybe like the more I would find out about what he's done and who he's hurt, maybe I would be like, yeah, let him think about that in prison for like the rest of his life, and who cares. So I just have to imagine that like what they heard in the courtroom would be met with like a fair sentencing. But you never know with these things because there's so much at play.
That's true. I just hope that he really takes stock of his life and his legacy, and I hope he comes out a better man in the end.
Yeah, I know. It's hard to know though, because someone like that, it would either just all be a mask, and I could see him being like, haha, I got out, because you'd really have to, like, I feel like someone like that would have to change their whole being, and I don't know if that's possible if like you're a man in your 40s or 50s or however old he is, like to change your whole like ethos and just the way you think.
Yeah, I mean, I think if he really wanted to, he could. You know, I've always said that as long as you got breath in your body, you have time. You can always change.
Yeah, definitely. Unless like I know some people, if you have like a genuine like personality disorder, or like you're
Mhm.
so narcissistic, or like so sociopath, or like maybe there are some people that are just like, nope, this I could have everything happen to me and I still like wouldn't feel bad or wouldn't truly feel guilt. There are some people like that are just truly like monsters and evil. I don't know. I don't know if I like feel like he's one of them. I don't know.
That's true. That's true. But like I said, we'll see. And the other thing that's interesting too is I was a little surprised at how fast he did it, but his team did ask for a pardon from Trump. Now, whether or not Trump does it or
Mm.
not, we'll see. Um,
Oh my gosh, that's going to be the new running team in 2028.
so we'll see.
Oh my gosh, I bet he will. This is exactly something I could see Trump
Really,
pardoning him. Yeah, I could. It depends on if Diddy was like, I love Trump. Trump's the man. I think he would work. I think it would. I actually think he would.
the scary part is I agree with you.
Yeah, and then I bet there's some weird tie. I mean, this is my full conspiracy mode, but I'm like, then maybe like Diddy could help hide the Epstein things even more, and like, I'm sure it goes deep where Trump's like, okay, if I do this for you, you know this and this, so you have access to these files. You have to make this go away.
The crazy thing about it, I can see him doing that as a distraction. I really could,
Right? Me too.
because it would take over the airwaves.
Yeah, it would. Then I feel like somehow Kim Kardashian will get involved in all of it too, but I don't know how. But well, we'll see. This is one that I like. intentionally haven't paid that much attention to, just because it's like, I don't know. I don't even want to give him extra thought and like consideration, just because I feel like he doesn't deserve our like little precious brains.
This documentary about overcoming life's darkest moments isn't on Netflix, and that's exactly why you need to watch it. Look, I've been through my share of tough times, and I'm tired of watching feel-good fluff that barely scratches the surface. My Silver Lining documentary on lrodtvnetwork.com is different. It's raw, real, and completely transformative. This isn't some glossy production designed to make you feel better for 30 minutes. It digs deep into what it actually takes to turn your pain into purpose. The storytelling is so powerful that mainstream platforms wouldn't touch it. But that's their loss in your gain. You get exclusive access to stories that will genuinely shift your perspective on adversity. I watched it 3 times because each viewing revealed something new about resilience. The convenience of streaming it on lrodtvnetwork.com means you can pause, rewind, and really absorb these life-changing insights. Don't settle for surface-level inspiration when you can access something that actually moves the needle. Head to lrodtvnetwork.com right now and discover the documentary everyone's missing.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, like I said, I just hope he comes out a better man, and I hope he learns something about this, because no one should be treated the way he treated those people.
I know. And I would like really, really love to hear what people think. I still feel like I have some speck of hope for him as like a person. I don't know, obviously I don't know him personally. I don't know if he's fully evil or not, but he is someone that I'm like, okay, I could see maybe something cracking through, and like him having a change of heart, or having like a full-on breakdown to be like, okay, this is my life, I'm going to try to build it back up. But I'm sure, I really would, in a nice way, love to hear what people think.
I would too. So if you're watching or listening, definitely reach out to us on social media. We'd love to hear what you have to say.
Yeah, I welcome all opinions, unless it's that you hate basset hounds, and I don't agree with you at all, because I love basset hounds. That's just an opinion that I really don't agree with, but it's okay. Okay, this next one, this is why I'm so excited for the whole episode today. I'm obsessed with this stories, and I texted the video to you because I'm like, I needed you to watch it. So, obviously it's special to me because California, but like, Rep. Katie Porter is running for governor, like as our little Gavin Newsom does, maybe does bigger and better things. Who knows? She was one of the people in the race. And then to be honest, like I didn't even know who she was. This was my first time hearing about her. So who knows? Like I've been kind of under a rock about her. But then Politico obtained a video of Katie Porter berating a staff member in 2021 for entering her live shot while she was recording a video, talking about with the energy secretary back then. And pretty much if you watch the video, she says something wrong, and the staffer goes in the back and is in the shot, and that is probably a no-no, and that's probably annoying and stuff too, because she's like actually, but she wants to make sure that Katie Porter isn't saying wrong information, and so she's looking out for her and trying to correct her with the details. And then Katie Porter, excuse my language, goes into like full bitch mode and screams like, "You're in my shot, get out of my shot." And I guess it probably happened once before on the conversation, because she said like, "You were in my shot before." And the way that she yells like, "Get out of my shot," she is just like a freaking tyrant, and it is scary and mean, and just enough to like make me be like, well, I'll never vote for her. Like, and like I never write mean things to people on social media, and I did not, but I like had the desire to just go and comment like, "You're done," and so then there was another video with CBS News that aired this week, where Porter told the interviewer pretty much like, "I'm done with this interview, I'm not going to answer that." And then there's definitely a heated back and forth, at which point the reporter was like, "Everyone else was able to answer these questions, why can't you?" And then Katie Porter was just like a downright, every bad word you want to use, I found her to be. And so like, I don't care if someone's Democrat or Republican. Like I don't want my leader to A, not be able to work under pressure like this, and B, when like the cameras are off, just to have like that sort of weird ass like attitude. No way. I
agree with you. And I watched the video too, and it's like, sometimes accidents happen, okay?
But yeah.
But you know, the thing is too, these are people that give their heart and soul to support you. You don't have to be an asshole to them. You really don't. You know?
Exactly. Yeah, we all, any of us that have done, like, I feel like in productions and everything, it's totally okay to, it's not okay, but it's like understandable to lose your temper or just like let a little stress valve out and be like, and to have it like a minor situation of like, can you please get out of my shot? Or, I'm really stressed out about this. But the way she acted was just like horrific. And I don't know what, that struck a chord in me because I'm like, I like hate her. So,
And you know, the other thing too is if she can do that in front of the camera, how does she treat them when the camera's not there?
mm-hmm. And like, I don't care if someone is the same party as me, if they're going to treat someone like that. Like, that doesn't mean anything to me if you're Democrat and you treat a staffer like that. And I still think we should treat our teach our young people to like. I think there's a difference of being disrespectful back. You don't have to do that, but also like you don't have to take people like that. Like when I hear all the stories about how like Ellen used to be to people, and I think we need more people just to say to like our higher ups and be like, okay, you're important, but you're not going to talk to me like that. And like I'm all for that.
I definitely agree with you. And you know, the thing is, the number one reason why people leave company is not money. Money's up there, don't get me wrong, but the number one reason is management.
Yeah. Yeah. And we can't let people like that are like quote unquote higher than us treat us like that. I don't know. I just think there needs to be more of like a united front. Now that doesn't mean also if someone says, hey, you can't take the day off, then that's not like you're harassing me. And like then I think it could go into like the snowflake category of being too much,
Mm-hmm.
like, you're scaring me or whatever. But I think like a situation like this where there's no reason for someone to talk to their staff like that. She could very sternly say, I understand that you're trying to help me get the right information, but like, please always stay out of my shots, or like, please never be in the background. You could do that, but to yell at her the way that you did, like, she treated her like a piece of trash or something. And so,
Yeah, I agree with you, which is pretty sad. I don't know. It'd be interesting to see if that staffer is still working for her, though.
no, I love that. Staffer probably leaked the video because that was a few years ago, and so I'm like, haha, like karma is a bitch, and the karma will get you. Because now, and from what I've heard from other things too, people are saying, oh, she's known like in the industry to have people. It was just a matter of time before like a lot of people that worked for her came out and said what like a horrible boss and person she is.
Wow.
So like they said that this was like not a surprise because of how she treats her staff, and that's just like I don't know. Like I don't know, even like I never write on people, but I really had to stop myself from like messaging her like you lost my vote, and, even though I wasn't even going to vote for her. So, but this gets me so heated, like just because like I don't know. So it almost seems very like 1998 for someone to talk to someone like that. You know what I mean? I
Yes.
feel like we've advanced. It seems very like old school.
Yeah. And you know, the sad part is with everything going on, some employers think that this nonsense is acceptable.
Yeah. Yeah. And like I think that's one of the reasons I'm freelance and I whatever is because like I wanted to build a life where no one could, of course people could like criticize me or give me notes or like
Sure.
have things to say, but like no one to have a situation where if someone was like that to me, I'd be like, not taking it. So um people always have to remember, even if you're in like a lesser position, you don't have to be talked to like that.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Well, I
Thank you.
don't want to go through um, our episode today and not give condolences to the victims of the explosion in Tennessee. Um, in case anyone's not heard of it, which I'd be surprised, there was a massive explosion at a factory in Tennessee. And I want to say it was like 16 people that was working there, and all 16 lost their lives.
Wow.
And when they showed the video of the aftermath, you cannot tell what was there because it was just debris everywhere. I mean, it was blown
Ugh.
to smithereens. So, right now I don't want to speculate, but they're trying to figure out what happened and what was the massive cause of it. So definitely we want to give our prayers out to
Yeah.
those
So
victims.
sad.
Yeah.
I saw that. It was very, very sad.
Yeah, definitely. Well, you have an interesting subject coming up.
I definitely do. Well, this was like my I don't know why I my subject or my topics this week is like raising my blood pressure. But in a good way. That's why I'm always like, I'm so happy that we have this because like I see the news and I'm like, okay, I have a place to put this to. Okay, so hopefully most of them are okay now, but it's been crazy if we've been watching on social media the firsthand accounts of people stuck and then hopefully ultimately rescued at Mount Everest. And I've been watching like a lot of live TikToks of people that are like have their faces frozen off, or they're starting to like go into hypothermia and they're crying, and they're saying like we got stuck on Mount Everest. Around 880 people were safely taken from the camps by the weekend storm. And so a lot of the mountaineers and their guides were trying to tackle the world's tallest peak, and they were caught at a blizzard of an altitude more than 16,000 feet. It was an intense rescue mission. People were safely taken to camps, and I don't know. I guess this opens up like a bigger conversation because I'm feeling like the public discourse, especially that I'm seeing, is that people are growing weary of people risking their own lives going to Mount Everest and like risking the lives of the Sherpas and all the guides that are putting themselves out there, and like finding it kind of a selfish endeavor to do this when you know that like a lot of people do pass away and it is a really like risky thing. And when you get stuck, now you're like creating extra potential danger for a lot of other people. So I'm not as callous as some of the people I've seen, because obviously someone may have had this as their dream and then they go out here and this happens. But I don't know. What do you think?
I mean, the sad part is there's a lot of people that attempt this that shouldn't be attempting it in the first place.
Yeah.
Um, because if you're not a highly skilled hiker, you should not even attempt this. You know, I don't know how you would stop inexperienced people from doing this, but that seems to be the major problem. Because again, like you said, you get up there, you get into trouble. All of a sudden, people need to come out and save you. They risk their lives, and it's a lot of money. Let's face it, to rescue someone, because you got equipment, you got people, resources. Sometimes, depending on if they can't find you, they're trying to locate you. Maybe they need to bring out rescue dogs. So it's a big production to save someone. And, at some point you got to kind of ask yourself, is like you say, is it really worth it?
Right. Yep. I mean, I know you and I both don't have that gene where we're like, we have to just jump off of every cliff and parachute. I'm like, so I understand for some people it is like their dream and they want to do it. But I think it's starting to get more and more where they could just be like, sorry, Mount Everest isn't for hiking and like conquering, quote unquote, anymore. Like, I'm just enjoy it from like an aerial view or something. But like, not everything needs to be like captured by humans.
I agree. I agree. And like I said, I don't want to squash anyone's dream or whatever, but you have to ask yourself, are you really up to this too? You
I
know?
know, but it's crazy. Like, I don't know how many are bots or not, but like seeing people that are posting, like crying, saying like I'm stuck on Everest, and just the amount of like hundreds of comments being like, I don't care, you did this yourself. Like, I wouldn't do that at that point if someone is in that situation. I may think it, but like I wouldn't be mean to someone like that.
I agree. I agree. And the thing is, I don't know how you would stop this, Merle. But I just hope that people watching or listening just understand, if you want to do something like this, ask yourself an honest question in the mirror. Do you really think you have the stamina and the knowledge and the experience to do something like this? And if you say no to any of those, I don't think you should be doing it.
I know, and there's other mountains, there's other beautiful views. Like
It is because, like you said, there are other mountains and stuff that you could climb that aren't nearly as high and as dangerous as well, too.
Yeah. Like, I think I'm missing a part of my brain because I'm like, I don't care that much. I mean, I could just like watch it from like an IMAX theater and be like, awesome, I got it. Like, like I don't know, any of the views that I've seen are so beautiful, but I could just be like, wonderful. It's a nice sunset. Moving on. Like,
All right, for our last topic of the day, we're going to talk about something interesting: the Real Housewives of Potomac. Um, this is interesting. Um, Wendy Osafo and her husband, let's see here, is
Mr.
Edward
Wendy.
Osafo. They were arrested for insurance fraud,
Oh gosh.
and they were charged on multiple counts of insurance fraud for over $450,000.
No way.
And I guess the thing that really kind of set things into motion was she was doing, I guess, a podcast or some type of show, and it showed her wedding ring on her finger. Well, the problem is the wedding ring on her finger was one of the items listed as being burglarized and stolen. Kind of possible to say your stuff was stolen if you're wearing it.
Yeah. Like, whoopsies, it's right here.
And then I guess they submitted multiple claims to multiple insurance companies on some of the same items. So I guess that's what kind of triggered everything. And then I guess from doing an investigation from there, they found that they literally orchestrated this falsehood about being robbed and things being stolen to create this insurance fraud. Now, we're going to say allegedly because we don't know. But if this is true, a couple of things. One, like I said before, just because you see people on TV don't mean they're making money.
Exactly.
If you're making money, you wouldn't be doing this.
Right.
And secondly is, how stupid can you be?
Exactly. And how greedy can you be too, you know?
Yes. And it's like, I don't know, it's like everybody wants to show how much money they got, how rich. How about show how happy you are
Yeah.
in your life? How about that?
I agree. Yes, I totally agree. It also seems like the Real Housewives franchise has had a lot of people go to jail, have insurance things, have faking things. So it just goes to show that I think a lot of these people feel the need to kind of keep up with the Joneses, if you will, or, you know, have like a fake lifestyle. And it shows that they are deeply unhappy or, you know, there are some not perfect moments.
I agree. And you know, the thing that people have to understand is if you're a person that is very materialistic, to me, you're a miserable individual. I don't care what you say, because there's always going to be someone with more money than you. There's going to always be someone that has the newest car. There's going to always be someone that has the bigger house. So you're never happy with anything. You're not settled on anything. You're always chasing something.
Right.
And to me, that's a miserable existence because you miss so much of life when you're doing that.
Exactly. Especially since, like, I feel like if you do things in a way that has fraud or is stealing from someone, it's never going to work out well for you. Like, if you earn your money in a good way and like you're hardworking and you want to spend it on material items, that's fine to me. But if you're like claiming fraud and just being weird about it, then I think things are going to come bite you.
I agree. Now, this is kind of a little bit of a side note, but maybe it's just me, but why do some people, when they get arrested, smile in their mugshot? I just don't know.
I don't know. I feel like I'm crazy enough to be one of them. I'd be like, I could see me doing that because I think it's a little bit of like, ha ha, like I don't care. I'm gonna get out of this anyway. And then it's like, then there's the other side that's like deranged enough where it's like, okay, if you're gonna go full like monster, why not have a good headshot like that?
I guess so, because I was very surprised that they were smiling in their mugshots, but
I don't know. I think it's kind of cheeky because it's like you do know that this is going to be used in the magazines and everything.
That's true. I guess they're trying to control the narrative, I guess.
Yeah. You to me, you almost have to commit one way or another. You have to look like so bad and so ragged that it's like that's almost impressive that you just look so like downtrodden, or you have to like kind of look cute and be in on the joke.
That's true. That is true. Well, this was a great episode. And Merle, what do you have coming up?
Ooh, it was such a great episode. I'm so happy that we did it. And so, yes, I'm excited about calling all San Diego people again. I have a show. I'm actually co-headlining it. So I'm one of the headliners, which is super cool, on October 29th at the La Jolla Comedy Store. So it's a women one, so it'll be all women. So especially if there's any like San Diego women, or if you have any relatives in San Diego or whatever, just please tell them, because I'm really hoping we can pack the place. So October 29th, La Jolla Comedy Store.
Nice. So anyone out there that's going to be in the San Diego area, please go out and support Meryl.
Yeah, yes. And like we said this before, but if you're by yourself, come to it. If you're like, it's open to all people. If you've never been to a comedy show before, come to it. So if you know anyone in San Diego, yeah, please, please, please.
Definitely. And as always, this was a great episode. I enjoyed it. And please continue to support us and definitely let other people know who we are so they can come join us as well.
Absolutely.
I'm Lawrence Elrod.
I'm Meryl Climo.
Enjoy the rest of your day, everyone.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
This documentary about overcoming life's darkest moments isn't on Netflix, and that's exactly why you need to watch it. Look, I've been through my share of tough times, and I'm tired of watching feel-good fluff that barely scratches the surface. My Silver Lining documentary on elrodthenetwork.com is different. It's raw, real, and completely transformative. This isn't some glossy production designed to make you feel better for 30 minutes. It digs deep into what it actually takes to turn your pain into purpose. The storytelling is so powerful that mainstream platforms wouldn't touch it. But that's their loss and your gain. You get exclusive access to stories that will genuinely shift your perspective on adversity. I watched it 3 times because each viewing revealed something new about resilience. The convenience of streaming it on elrodthenetwork.com means you can pause, rewind, and really absorb these life-changing insights. Don't settle for surface-level inspiration when you can access something that actually moves the needle. Head to elrodthenetwork.com right now and discover the documentary everyone's missing.